Has not been inside.
You may want to take some medication. Yes, there's no point shouting when you are ignorant of the matter. The ruling is been overset. You're forcing me to repeat myself so many times. The Supreme Court is spoken.
And they are short of vision. They cannot solve the suffering of the people. All what they do out there during campaigns, in spite of the hardship, is to sing and dance. That's all what they do.
For my kwaba at the back Solid TV. Message subscribe to the channel. I had what you come so at Unia. Ye production at the free Ghana, Ken Studio, we are. Internet how this one could the content in the air, bro. We didn't at the shy bula CC. Now I'm an air or and say Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Kingsford Sumani Babin was also agenda Parliament indefinitely. Now Chief of Kaya about 4 CCB or declare the vacant that is whom seat and I feel so I'm a free central and Cynthia Morrison and a formina. If we are the majority leader. Honorable African Markin at the Aden Echo Courts, Emma Court so elbow achieved by say Speaker ruling there should be stay of execution. Emma Speaker so as Sumas and lawyer some could defend us. Or try some could defend us. Emma I Yabo Assembly gu Ama a boy assembly gu dear MP before a trigger for call it Parliament. There were a lot of business outside Parliament, which Martina Abu. Now before say necessities not Speaker of Parliament so no. I am saying, so at the above to just say or say on no the supremacy of Ghana Constitution, not the president, nor me can say the Supreme Court or say Ghana Mambrano, a mood to change a DBA a war on my moon. And now almost dear so almost quite ascertain, almost do as usual, and this for a quack baby and MP before at year. I'm saying MP before through the formula independence. MP no also be busy with the MP before my MP before F form the majority caucus that is ultra Parliament Speaker rights at and this for the can echo. I don't know if say MPP for so enya hand so on more Parliament or a so I'm a speaker as a general sentence indefinitely. By the for accuse MP before the same as the majority leader and answer after your marking from the MPP caucus I was say and as the leader of government business no and cause or table and yama binanka a konanka MPs who dear or more barbe until so baby javacazo na ya buy na mababe day mabadu aquatra baby a tinta west or say we they say and never ba ame akwa kwatena hoti and na wanye sa na mono na abusha for and common be na kwaso na nipa ba ko a a capital connection for a pepe honorable Katie Hamond. One quarter was say MP before they are going to cite Speaker for contempt of court. Abusha for this Parliament dear and send me bri akoso. I'll share the article 97 was some kana MPP lawyer church asemo obe church you will be convinced. Oko friend MD's lawyer so and as MP so want to be church asem say you be convinced. Now make us say was for you will be our affiliated to MPP or we so affiliated when this and to obia obe kam why ka obe sacha and to ebusa say one or the MP plata there to nche no the MDs attack no fa Ghana to my fra na yetimo say Ghana first because I cover the 2 weeks. Now Parliament also will break that member of Parliament a campaign because you are 2 about and then I got the 31st. I got 31 days near Quack 2 about I was your free. Baby, I didn't call. Now I'm per se Katie Hamond and some of Katie Hamond come say a cartoon man to call and for the boy.
The decision, the ruling that I made on the particular day has been overset, has been stayed by the Supreme Court, which interprets the Constitution, interprets what we do over here. Accordingly, the status quo ante should be reverted to. So when we know that we are going back to this, why should the NDC guys rush to go and sit on the side of the NDC bank? What is that? No, but that is not the point. Where were they sitting? Where were the NDC guys sitting? No, you are not listening to me. You are not listening to me. Let's get the facts right. Where were the NDC guys sitting? Is that where they're supposed to be sitting? But you see, we have a convention. We have a convention. It's not that with nonsense. You guys are not listening. Supreme Court is speaking. It is not for us members of Parliament on the majority side to be arguing any point. This is a matter. This is foreclosed. It is completely foreclosed. Supreme Court is speaking. That is the end of the matter.
The Speaker of Parliament says when it comes to seating arrangement, that is not. He says we should come. He says anywhere and do the business.
Listen, the others of the Supreme Court were directed specifically to the Speaker. It was the Speaker. It wasn't the leadership. It wasn't the clerk. It wasn't the leadership which made that ruling or that decision. It was the Speaker of Parliament who unconstitutionally made a proclamation, whatever it is that he said the last time. The Supreme Court is told him that he was wrong. Restore matters to what they were before you did that.
Line of action for the MPP.
Well, we will cite you for contempt. Who will cite the Speaker for contempt? Watch the face.
I mean, but your side did not come.
Keep on saying
where is the business committee?
First, you should have
started yesterday.
Let's get first and first. Yes. First and first, there is a ruling made by him. The ruling is been oversaid. You're forcing me to repeat myself so many times. The Supreme Court is spoken. We want the decision of the Supreme Court to be respected.
Speaker acknowledged
that what?
Of the Supreme Court.
And that what?
2 weeks ago, he did say that he has been served with copies of the judgment of the Supreme Court.
So what I said, it is not a question of acknowledgement. It's a question of implementation of the decision of the Supreme Court.
But no MPs, none of the 4 MPs have been blocked. None of the 4 MPs have been blocked from coming to Parliament. None of them have come in here and they've been blocked from accessing the Chamber of Parliament.
You are not listening. You are not listening. I think I'm going to have to say this for the last time because it looks like some of you have become impervious to what is it. Listen to this. The Speaker made a ruling. It was unconstitutional. It was unlawful. By any account, it was illegal. The Supreme Court, contrary to the assertion by he himself and some members of the minority who keep proclaiming from high roofs and high heaven that the Parliament is a master of its own rules and regulations, the Supreme Court is told Babi and Parliament that you are not. There is an institution which is the master of the rules of Parliament, and that this is what the law is. That you cannot make the decision, the proclamation that you made. I call it proclamation because you think it's a king, it's whatever, it's a lord unto himself. But you made a ruling. It is not right. Supreme Court is telling you it is not right. Go back to that house. Can I not complete? I should complete. Go back there. Honorable to do what? Yes. It will be the interest of Ghanaians for the Speaker. For the Speaker to respect the ruling of the Supreme Court. Come back to this side rather than continuously
and has not disrespected
he is disrespecting the ruling of the Supreme Court.
The 4 MPs have been disallowed from coming in.
You are not listening.
No, when did any of the 4 MPs come in and they were asked not to come in? Because today the second deputy speaker's aide has been in the chamber, but the second deputy speaker himself has not been inside.
You may want to take some medication. It has no point shouting when you are ignorant of the matter. What it is this: it's not for the 4 people to simply show up. The Speaker has made a ruling barring them from coming to the Parliament. Supreme Court is reversed it. It is for the Speaker to sit up there and tell the House that his decision has been reversed, and so we say
reverse if you are not seated. You say you are going to cite the Speaker for contempt.
It's not properly.
I mean, you are going to
the Speaker reverse his decision.
Again, I'm saying that you either want to take leave of your senses or you listen to what I am saying. If you are not prepared to listen to what I'm saying and just listen to your own voices, we're not going to get anywhere. Look at the policy of cameras. Everybody is listening, but you don't seem to be listening and concentrating on what I'm saying. It is not a question of our presence in there or not. It is for the Speaker. If it is only about 100 people who are coming to the room there, minority and the majority will constitute the composition of the House in its entirety. Which never comes in there, provided provided that we have enough to constitute the business of the house and then start business of the house, we should do it. So even if he had 99, which is 1/3 of what to form the quorum, it was for the speaker to make the announcement in the house that his ruling has been stayed, has been overset. Accordingly, minority back to where you were, majority back to where you have been. That is the simplest solution that we're talking about.
You say you're going to cite him for contempt.
Yes.
When are you doing this?
Watch the space.
Watch the space. I mean, finally, the speaker says that the majority has failed to convene a business meeting yesterday,
you see,
so that they can put the business for this emergency.
I keep saying that first things first. First is for the speaker to declare in that house the same way as cathedral, the same way he did to make that. Well, you can keep on making that foolish statement. It doesn't take you anywhere. But what it is that it is for the speaker to sit up there and make the pronouncement that the Supreme Court is already overset his decision, and accordingly we should come back and sit where we sit. Then the business of the house.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Katie Hamond voice ne kutie na before Honorable Katie Hamond eba kasa na ya dia menka say the majority leader say the minority leader honorable case ato force so ene nsantwofo e kasa na also o say MP before the omo anamono mutu anamabon ni kwase so so mo trigger say ye parliament samra setena na parliament e ba setena mo ensi okro man ka hwe anche speaker once you cry also say anokan.
We showed up at the business committee meeting on the 6th floor only to notice that the MPP members of the committee once again failed to show up at the business committee. I personally called the committee clerk and I was informed that she's out of the jurisdiction and no one has reached out to him to program the business of the day. I was worried and reached out also to the MPP side and to have an indication as to what their plan is. No one responded. I am deeply worried and deeply concerned that the very people that requested for Parliament to be recalled failed to show up. Clearly, what we are seeing here is an abuse of the Constitution and the standing orders of Ghana's Parliament. The NPP minority caucus have indeed caused financial loss to the state and to us, the NDC members of Parliament, and to the people of Ghana. We say this because this recalls cost Ghana money. This is not the first time that they have done this. They've done this a couple of times, but we see nothing than disrespect. We call on the people of Ghana to see the behavior of the MPP and punish them accordingly. They have certainly, everything shows that the MPP are tired, they are fed up, and they are not ready to work for the people. They are ready for the people. They are bereft of ideas and they are short of vision. They cannot solve the suffering of the people. All what they do out there during campaigns, in spite of the hardship, is to sing and dance Osisikia. That's all what they do. In times like this, when the ordinary Ghanaian is struggling to survive, they are dancing and singing Osisikia and sharing money. We want Ghanaians to see them as such and vote against them and sack them. Because clearly, you can see, we have over 100 NDC MPs here today out of the 137, and we are determined to do what is right. But colleagues, let me make this point to the people of Ghana. Let no one deceive you that the NDC is here to obstruct the people's business. No, we are rather here to work for the people of Ghana. We see this as a call to duty. We turn up in our numbers to do what we have to do, only to find out that the very group of people that called us to consider government business, they have no business. So the truth out there is that there is no urgent government business. There's no urgent government business, and the government has no business. They have given up, they've checked out, and they want the election to be done as soon as possible so that they can leave office. Fellow Ghanaians, let's vote against this incompetent government and have our country back. Thank you.
Well, there you have on your screens there Dr. Kaisalatu Forcing, the leader of the NDC caucus in Parliament, clearly backing the Speaker's ruling. Now,